What's up, NASCAR fans? Today we're talking about Daytona 500 paint schemes. You know they're going to bring the heat. Let's check them out and see what you think. All right, so let's start off with Ross Chastain rocking the number one Chevrolet. And first off, the Advent Health, it's a nice scheme, but it's not my favorite. It definitely looks like the watermelon, so it gets me going a little bit there, but there's a lot missing to me, especially for some of the other ones they have in the track house.
Yeah, I mean, I really like it personally. I love the little watermelon spiel they got going on, kind of personally getting to show off Ross and what, where he came from. So I always liked this scheme, particularly for Ross. I know back in the day when Larson was over there at Chip Ganassi, and Advent Health was on the car, it was okay, but I like this one.
Okay. This is just one of those old school paint schemes. It's old school. It's simple. The black, the white, they play together with the red lettering. Discount tire. I like it. I would give this one, if I had to rate it on a 1 to 10 scale, I'd give it about a 6 just for nostalgia.
I give it an 8. I mean, I think it's just a classic paint scheme, like you're saying. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and they haven't had to change anything on it. Even just carrying it over from Brad Keselowski's time, at Penske, it's a really good looking paint scheme.
Oh, I hate the driver, but I love the scheme. You got the number 3 for Austin Dillon, and it's the Bass Pro Shop, the camo, the orange. This one, I got to give the 9 out of 10 if I'm doing 1 out of 10 rankings. This one always gets me.
Yeah, I like it. I know in this picture it doesn't show it off very well. There's like a green base undercoat, like a forest green base undercoat. I'm not sure about it, but I know they're trying to mix it up between Truex because Truex got the same thing going on too. So
Yeah, they
um,
can't be the same.
yeah, but I give that mustache that Austin has like a 3. It's not that great, and not 3 for Dale either.
It looks like he's trying to smuggle something right now. I don't know what he's doing with that mustache. He just needs to be gone.
I would agree.
All right, the number 4, Kevin Harvick, Bush 401k car. I love this one. This one's cool to me. I'm always a big Kevin Harvick fan when it comes to any of the Bush schemes. It's no Bush apple, but daggone it, I'll take it. I like it.
I like it a lot. There's details in this car too that I'm starting to notice too. Like there's individual track names. There's like I see Atlanta Motor Speedway and everything right around the Mobile One on the door. So that's a cool little feature they're throwing in there. And of course, Kevin's last year. I suspect there might be something special coming. Remember the old Harvick beer car they ran to play on Kyle and Kurt Busch? I think they ought to bring that back.
If they bring that back, I'm jumping out of my seat. It's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I'm buying some Harvick beer.
Oh hell yeah! All right, so we got the Kyle Larson and the number 5 HendrickCars.com. This one, I get that's the sponsor. That's their main sponsor. Obviously, it's going to be their main sponsor. I just am not a fan of this scheme. I've never been wowed by it. It feels like it wanted to be Kellogg's, but it couldn't be Kellogg's, so they made it blue and white.
I don't know. I mean, it's the old Ricky Hendrick, throwback essentially. Um, it was great in 2021 just because, it was, I guess, Hendrick cars coming over. But they need to change it up. I know they did a little bit different, something on the hood. I think there's a little different logo to Hendrick cars on the hood. But, I mean, give Kyle his own image. That's the way
Yeah,
I feel about it.
they're going to butcher his cartoon on Fox like they do. They might as well give him a nice looking car to go with it.
Yeah.
All right, so this one has to be probably my least favorite going into Daytona 500, and this is going to be Brad Keselowski's number 6 car. I don't get the whole scheme together. It just looks like it's someone took a paint and just threw it on a paintboard, and boom, cool, there's my design. It kind of reminds me of the unfinished Chase Elliott one from last year.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of these drug sponsors. They don't look that great. I mean, I guess the colors kind of stand out, but I give it like a 2 out of 10. It's nothing special to me.
Yeah, it's just they could have done so much more. I feel like with these, it just feels unfinished. From one white base to another white base. Now we got Corey LaHoya. He has got the number 7 Celsius car. I like what I've seen from a lot of different Celsius ones. This one, again, there's too much white. Anytime you got a white base, you better do something cool with it, or it's just going to look unfinished. Same thing again here. I like how they start it at the front, but then it whitewashes through the entire mid, and then all of a sudden you just get one can in the back.
It's it's okay. I mean, it's nothing special. This is one of those situations where the door number does not work for me, just because they've got this weird logo right on the door,
Mhm.
and like you said, the white base. It's just it does not stand out or pop out to me. That's another 2 out of 10.
All right, now we got the number 8 KFB machine rocking the 3 Chi livery. I like this livery. Tyler Reddick's was better.
I would agree. I like it. It's just it's kind of generic, if you ask me. I kind of get like the flat black. I think they're trying to give Rowdy this kind of intimidator look, being at Richard Childress again. But I don't know. Tyler Reddick's 3 Chi cars did better for me.
I agree, and I'll tell you what: if 3T's going to do anything, they better make a Bush Kush before the end of the season. Because if they don't, they got to play that name at least once.
Exactly, or Kyle Kush, something along those lines. He was the Candy Man. He could be the Weed Man now.
Yeah, with this new sponsorship, you could tell when he was doing his interviews that he was having to remember what car he was in, the make, the
Yeah.
manufacturers. So that was pretty interesting. Good old Chase and the number 9 Napa Chevrolet. This is just, again, it's one of those old school ones to me that just always is nice. Yes, there's a white base, but the way it plays off with the old school feel, it resonates with me. I love this scheme. I'm going to give it, out of all the ones that he has, I would give it a 7 out of 10.
I would say this scheme is probably one of his best Napa schemes since joining the Cup Series. The it's not pictured here, but the rear bumper with their yellow stripe on it, it's a little weird. Kind of gives that Ricky vibe to it, which I don't really understand that. But the rest of the car, this one's Napa's always had some good looking cars, and this one's up there.
Yeah, nostalgia, man. The Napa nostalgia.
Hmm.
All right, now we got the number 10 for Eric Amarola, and it's going to be the Smithfield car. Now, this one, again, I feel like they've done it a bunch. I really like the chrome one they did the one year. I can't remember what racetrack it was at. But this one, again, with the white base, I feel like they could have done more. Give me, like, the number 10, make it look like fried bacon. I don't know. Give me something different. I'm a
Maybe
fat boy. You put
maybe throw
Smithfield
some
on a car.
bacon in there somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. You put Smithfield on the car. Put some bacon on there. Make me drool a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's another one of those like classic schemes, kind of like the discount tire scheme. Um, I would like to see it changed up, but I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and it still looks pretty good to me. So
All right, so now we got the number 11 for Denny Hamlin. This one is just classy. You got the FedEx machine going on. The 11 with its nice reflectiveness, either chrome or gold, I can't really tell. But I think it just looks super classy. The way they put the stripes in there, it's a good old fashioned FedEx one. I mean, I just can't go wrong here. I really like this one.
I really like it too. I know they're celebrating something at FedEx. I guess it's their 50th anniversary. Hence the gold on the door. So I like it. I think it's gonna be in victory lane, possibly.
Very possible. All right, now we got the 12 machine for Ryan Blaney. Every time I see Menards, I feel like I go back to being a pirate. Menards! But I love this scheme. It's a great scheme. It's got the yellow for Menards. It's got the blue for Peak. They work it together really seamlessly, in my opinion. I really like this one. I hope he does well. Let's see if he gets a first or maybe second place finish.
He's my Daytona 500 pick. So I know I just said Denny's probably going to be in victory lane, but I wouldn't bet against the 12 either. And I don't personally like the Menard scheme. It's too clashy in colors to me. So I don't know. I wish they'd change it up, do something different. I know the yellow is like their highlighter color that gets
Yeah.
attention, but I don't know when they combine these sponsors like that. It's not my thing.
The good news is you can always spot this car going around the track at all
That
times.
is true.
All right, now we got the number 13 car for Quick Tie, Chandler Smith. Too much white base. They didn't play with it right to me. It looks. super unfinished. It looks like they are trying to go with that younger contemporary style as well, but it's just not a scheme for me.
I'm actually just the opposite. I really like it. I like the colors that they got going on. The biggest thing that I've noticed that's going on here too is the painted or wrapped side skirts. Um, I I like when manufacturers or teams are doing that, and I think we're going to see more of that with the colored cars as we go on. But I personally like this one. It's not bad.
All right, now we got the number 15 Chase Briscoe Mahindra Tractors car. This one I like. It's that red and black. It gives me that UGA vibe for the Georgia Dogs. You know, national championships back to back. Just throwing it out there, and it's just a great scheme to me. I've always liked Chase's schemes, and I'm down with it.
I always like these schemes. This one, I think they changed it up a little bit from last year. And the thing I like about it is because it's a tractor or tractor company, there's mud on the bottom of this car.
That's my favorite part
That's a
about
nice little touch.
it. Is
I
subtle.
give Mahindra A plus 10 out of 10 on this.
Yeah, I mean it's subtle for the mud, and then you start looking at it, you're like, oh wait, that's a graphic. So I really
Yeah.
hope they play with that when they go to the Bristol Dirt Car.
Well, I mean, I'm sitting here like, did they take this car from Bristol Dirt and bring it to Daytona?
Yeah, yeah. All right, now we got the number 15, Riley. I can't pronounce your last name, and it is the Sunny D car. This one brings me back to little lunches. Shaking people down for the lunch money. I mean, getting shaken down for lunch money. And it's just a good scheme. I like it. I hope they do more.
I like it. I mean, I think Stenhouse ran pretty much the same thing as himself, so it's kind of recycled. But I like it. The colors are great. It pops out.
Mhm.
I give it a solid 6 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10.
I get six. All right, now we got the AJ two tone 16 car. This one, I feel like they could have done a lot more. I feel like I get the green goes from different color to different color a little bit there, almost a little yellowish and then dark green, but it's just so basic. I really don't like this one.
Yeah, I mean, I understand Dynagrow seed has probably got to do with agriculture or grass or something along those lines. So they have to, play the green colors going on here. It's not terrible, but I think one thing that saves it, once again, a colored car with painted side skirts. That's a great touch.
Yeah, the side skirts, it is a nice touch with all these cars.
Yes.
All right, so now we got the 17 for Chris Buescher. I love this one. This one's one of my favorite ones. Always is one of my favorite ones whenever they bring out chrome numbers. I don't know. It's the ADD in me just popping out. It's a beautiful car. They got the honeycomb and the blue. There's so much going on with it, but it fits. It feels right, and I just love this scheme. I hope they continue to do this scheme, improve upon it, do more with it. I don't care. Whatever they do with it, I love it.
It's okay. I know they changed the font for the 17 this year, so it's nice to see Christopher getting his kind of own image, I guess, or Chris Busher. I keep saying Christopher like Dale Jr. calls
All right,
him.
Dale. Yeah.
Um, it's solid. It's a solid paint scheme. It gets the job done.
All right, now it's the number 19 Martin Truex car. I love it. Right off the bat, True Timber, Bass Pro Shop, the Bass Pro Club, Tracker, Boats, car. I love it. Every bit about this car, there ain't a single thing on there that I do not love. They kill it every year, I feel like. There's no way you beat some of the cars that comes out for the wraps for Martin Truex.
Yeah, I would. I think this is the first 10 out of 10. I mean, this car, there's
100%.
nothing that can be fixed on it, to be honest.
Yep.
They carried over that camo thing that, Gregson was doing last year in the Xfinity Series. I always
Yep.
liked Gregson's car. This one's right up there, one of the best ones.
Yeah, and they chrome overlay around the number, it looks like around the
Yeah,
night. And I feel
yeah.
like that makes the number pop off the car. You can't go wrong with this one.
No, it's top notch for sure.
Moving on, we got the number 20 Christopher Bell DeWalt Ream Smurfit Kappa machine. I I liked it back in the day. I loved it with the DeWalt when it was mainly to the back of the yellow. This one, starting with yellow, fading to black, I'm not as wild for.
Um, it's kind of average to me. I think DeWalt just kind of recycles their paint schemes, to be honest. I know they try to change. There's not much they can do, but especially with throwing these other sponsors on there. I know sponsorship is part of the game, but like the Ream slap dead center on the door, it clashes to me, and it's not a good look. But um, I think they should approve on it.
Yeah, I feel like they're waiting to put a Twinkies logo on the front windshield like Talladega Nights. They were gluing different sponsors everywhere they could possibly fit one. They probably have the side of the windshield also with Hostess Twinkies. Who knows?
I think Menards is pretty good at doing that too.
Oh, Menards, yeah, Menards. All right, now we got the 21 Harrison Burton car. Obviously, this is old school cool. Every single time it comes out, it's basically the same. It's just a good throwback car. Again, I'm giving it probably a 6 out of 10 because it's not wowing me at all, but it's old school. It's that same consistent graphics. The gold 21 Woods Brothers car. I like it.
Yeah, when Wood Brothers ran this car as their, I guess, throwback to themselves, or started running it all the time, it was a cool look. But I think it's kind of played itself out again. It kind of goes back to Larson being Ricky Hendrick's paint scheme. It's just let's change it up. Let's get a new image going on here. I mean, yes, let's remember the greats of the sport, but at the same time, I think they've overplayed this one at this point.
Now, the next car we're going to be talking about, Joey Logano in the 22. This scheme just fits right. They do it perfectly every single time. The Pennzoil, the shell. I might not like Joey as a person. I love him as a race car driver, but I love this scheme. It's just always a 9 out of 10 for me. They do it so well.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because before they went to the next gen and moved the number forward, they had kind of the swoops going on or the spikes going on with the red,
Hmm.
and this paint scheme has been simplified since last year, and I think it looks better. It's a classic paint scheme, and there's not much that can be done. I've seen some teasers of the Pennzoil car for Las Vegas though, and there's some retro vibes there that I really dig.
Oh yeah, I can't
Theme
wait.
parkish.
Yeah, I can't wait till they get some of these other ones. I've heard those, and then obviously Darlington's always a good fun one. All right, so now we got the 23 Bubba Wallace machine. I never thought I'd like to see a main gray wrap, and I was right. I still don't like it.
I don't like it at all. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what the concept is. To me, it looks like a backup car that they halfway wrapped, kind of
Yeah,
like what the Hendrick cars were doing last year, like Chase at the Darlington race, having to go to a backup and it was halfway wrapped. I just don't understand this at all.
yeah. I mean, it looks so unfinished. It's freaking Bondo gray, and it just looks like, hey, we forgot to do the rest of it.
Yeah,
But
if it wasn't a flat gray and it was more of a metallic gray, it'd probably be okay. But this flat gray that they've got going on, and then they have the gloss black wheels that nobody else really runs. It's a weird paint scheme. But I guess it's got people talking too, so maybe that was the intent of it.
hey, yeah, just like the Frosty machine, I'm sure something will break before the end of the week. Willie B and the number 24 Raptor machine. I like this one. It's not my favorite out of all the Raptor schemes, but it's definitely up there. The textured look one is by far my favorite. Will always be my favorite for his. So it kind of ruins all these other ones to me. But I'd give this one a solid 7 out of 10.
I would agree with you. It's a 7 out of 10 for me. I really like it though. I like the combination. I think it's got the right amount of white going on, and just that weird green neon color that's going on too. It's unique, and I think it'll stand out. As we go throughout the season.
Agreed. Agreed. All right, now we got the number 31 Circle car for Justin Haley. It's nice. It's got a lot going on with it. This one reminds me more of a billboard than it does a race car scheme. So,
It's like they copy and pasted, just graphics off of Google and put on there.
all right. I mean, it feels like that. Like, hey, I'm gonna find this as POP sitting on a Walmart shelf somewhere. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Nothing special. Again, painted side skirts or wrapped side skirts. So Because of that, I will give it a 7 out of 10, just because of side skirts. I love the continuation what they've got going on there.
All right, now we got the number 34. Michael McDowell loves car. Just like loves, this one looks like it's looking for a lot lizard. I'm not. I'm not down for it.
I disagree. I love the Love's car. I just there's something about it that it just works, especially with the number placement and everything. The way they've positioned all the sponsors on this car, and the way that the loves and the hearts and everything are kind of at that angle,
Mhm.
it just works to me, and I think it's a good classic looking paint scheme.
Yeah, you're looking for the lot lizards on the other side of the car too. Then. All right, now we got the number 36 Zane Smith machine. Well care. This one just seems simple. It's mainly one color again. I'm not a big fan of the main one color ones. It's got a lot of white behind it as well. The number I like, but that's about all I got going for it.
It's pretty average to me. I mean, I can't say I dislike it. I can't say I like it. Um, it's just kind of average. Nothing stands out. It just kind of blends in to me.
Yeah. All right, so now we got the number 38 Todd Gilliland machine for the generator skills. If you looked up basic in the dictionary, this paint scheme is going to be right next to it. It nothing pops to me. The 38 is cool. I like the chrome. Anytime you got chrome numbers, it gives you some extra points in my book. But that is the only thing going for this one to me.
It uh, it's pretty average again, just like Zane's car. The one thing I will say during qualifying, this car looked really good on the track. It popped under the lights, so
Yeah,
I would like to see it during the day, and of course we will during the 500. But it's pretty average, but it works.
yeah. All right, now we got the number 41 Ryan Priest machine. I don't hate it. I like this one. It's a three-tone play. You got the red fading to black, fading to white. The Haas tooling, the way they work in the sponsors, I like it.
I really like it. I like the fact that they've kind of given Ryan a new paint scheme and mixed it up from when Cole was in the car. Just
Yep.
that way, it wasn't carried over. New driver, old paint scheme. Give him his own brand identity, and that's what they're doing. So I like it. The colors work great together. I can't really find anything wrong with it, to be honest.
All right, now we got the man, the myth, the mullet, Noah Gregson in the 42 car from Legacy Motor Club. It's the Wendy's double cheeseburger on the front. It might be a Baconator. I don't know. I was too busy drooling over it. I love this car. Anytime I see this, the only thing that pisses me off about this car is you can't buy the merch until May 31st when you go on the site. That is the only thing I don't like about this one.
I really like this car. I like what Legacy's done with their brand identity of kind of the black and gold,
Yeah.
and Wendy's being very open to breaking up their colors, which are
Yep.
very bright colors, and putting black and gold on the side, and just kind of making it their own. So
Yep.
I give this one a solid 9 out of 10. It's a good looking car.
I'm 10 out of 10. The fresh beef, you got me. All right, so now we got the 43 of the Eric Jones Guns N' Roses car. I love Guns N' Roses. I love they put the roses in it. I think they could have done more here for Guns N' Roses. I really think if they would have got the back half where it swoops up over the wheel and it's just a bunch of roses going up that, I think that would have been a lot cooler than what they ended up doing here. I get it. They're trying to be a little old school, simple. I think there's more they could have done.
I'm just kind of shocked there's a Guns N' Roses car. I did
Yeah.
not see this coming at all. But Axl Rose is a weird guy, so who knows? Uh, but the paint scheme overall, I like it. It's simple. I like the roses for Guns N' Roses on it. It's not bad.
All right, now we got the short man himself, the Tyler Reddick 45 Monster Energy machine. I feel like Monster Energy has done as much as they can with all of their schemes. They all usually look really good. And this one, it looks good. It's not my favorite Monster Energy scheme, obviously. I'd like to see them do a little bit more with it, give it some texture look or something to it. Do something a little bit more. I feel like with the gas in the back too, with the Michael Jordan Dunk logo. like, why hasn't somebody yet thought about, hey, make the gas itself the ball for him dunking? I just feel like that would be a cool play on using Michael Jordan's logo and the car.
I I think now that we have two Toyotas that are sponsored by Monster this year, I feel like Monster should switch it up a little bit. They have so many different drinks nowadays, all the ultra drinks that they have going on. I think it would be a cool look, if once in a while they throw in the ultra white or the ultra
Oof.
purple.
Could you imagine?
Just break it up.
Can you imagine an absolute zero car going around the track? That would be
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
yeah. I think Monster is kind of missing out on an opportunity here to show all their different brands. I mean, people know what Monster is and what their drinks are, but I think they could go even further and get some more excitement with their schemes.
Yeah. All right, now we got the number 47, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Cottonelle, Wipe My Butt Ford. Oh, wait. Just messed that up. Sorry, my kid is. I know you can't hear it, but my kid is definitely in the room upstairs, pounding on the floor. All right. So now we got the number 47, Ricky Stenhouse car. It's sponsored by Cottonelle, and that's about as crappy as it looks.
I don't know, man. I really like this paint scheme. I know the side picture doesn't really do justice, but last night under the lights during qualifying, this car popped. It looked really, really good. The only thing I do not understand what JTG is doing with their paint schemes, and it may even be Kroger that's doing this, is that the logo on the hood is so far down on the nose that the hood is so open as far as real estate, and it looks
Thank you.
stupid to me.
Yeah,
Um, but aside from that, the colors on this car work really great to me.
yeah. Hopefully they'll flush it down. All right, now we got the pole sitter, Alex Bowman. 48 Ally Machine. Obviously, he just signed this contract extension and everything too, so he's already feeling great. And then the wrap, it just looks like it's being shot out of a cannon. It's awesome. It starts with a fade, and then you just see it streaming down the side. I love this scheme. Great job here. I'd give it at least a 9 out of 10. It is grazing 10 out of 10 to me.
I give it a 10 out of 10, and I just want to thank Ally for what they've done in this sport. Their paint schemes have been top notch since the beginning,
Yeah,
but this one by far is the best paint scheme Ally has come out with. And the fact that they have two different primary schemes now, one for day and one for night, I mean, this just works all the way around. Both schemes look really good, and this one for sure is a 10 out of 10.
agreed. Agreed. All right, now we got the number 51 Cody Ware machine, and this one is a Biohaven, more like Biohazard.
Biohazard.
Yeah, this one I don't like this one at all. This one reminds me that I need to go get a porta potty and then just dive in. That's what this one feels like to me.
It's it's not that great. I don't know what they're trying to do
What's
with
the
this
gray?
scheme. It does not pop. It does not look good. Um, but I guess it won't be on TV very much being a Rick Ware car unless it wrecks,
Yeah, yeah.
which is a high possibility.
Finish in the back. That's the slogan. All right, now we got the Ty Gibbs 54 Interstate Batteries machine.
I I do not like the driver. I actually really like this paint scheme, and the reason being is that it's a mix between Monster and Interstate. I think they could have done a little bit better with it.
A little bit.
With no, I think they could have. There's something going on where the lightning bolts. I think it could have been a little bit more. I don't know, tearing out of the paint scheme. I guess you could say. But I like it. It's not terrible.
All right, now we got the number 62 Austin Hill Bennett and Beard Oil Distributing car. Might need some of that for the old beard here. But it's a plain old car. It feels like it's just wanting to be a Viagra car to me.
It's it looks like the same paint scheme they've run for the last couple of years in the 500.
Yep.
I know they're a mom and pop organization who run 2 or 3 races a year, and it's okay, but it's nothing special.
Yeah, no, I agree. Travis Pastrana in the 67 Black Rifle Coffee Company car. I love this one. The side profile does not do this car justice. The hood across the top, that is the best profile of this car. The red chrome numbers. I mean, you feel like you're almost going to prison, but at the same time, you're enjoying going to prison because I mentioned the other one being a Viagra scheme. This one's a Viagra scheme because this got me right up. I love it.
This one's a 10 out of 10 for me. I love Travis Pastrana. I'm glad that he made the 500 for sure.
Agreed.
And what Dixon's doing with their flannel shirts and putting the flannel design on the car too. I don't think there's any better marketing idea going on here than what they've got going. So this is a good looking paint scheme. The fire suit matching, looking like a flannel shirt too.
Yep.
10 out of 10. The gloss black wheels. I wouldn't change anything on it. Good for Travis.
Yeah, chef's kiss there. And the funny part about this, I was reading earlier today, the sponsors paid for the entry into the Daytona 500, but he's liable for the car if he wrecks it. So he said he might have to dip into his kid's college fund if he happens to tear this thing up.
I hope not. The only time I want to see him tear it up is when he wins the 500 and tearing the quarter panels off doing a burnout.
Agreed. Agreed. Now we got the number 77 Ty Dillon Racing Machine. Just like the driver, I don't like it.
Oh man, that's weird because you being a UGA fan, red and black that's going on here, I figured you would have been all over it. I
I feel like
like
this is
it.
a Ball State. I'm gonna give this one to Ball State. This ain't gonna be UGA.
I like it. It's a good looking paint scheme. Last night under qualifying and tonight during the duels, I thought it looked pretty darn good. So aside from the loose wheel during the duels, it's not bad.
You're better than me. All right, now this one I just get a kick out of. This is the number 78. It's driven by BJ McLeod, and it is the power slap. Whenever we're going around and they were doing the qualifying for this, the announcer, and I don't remember which one it was, but he was like, I'll have to look that one up. I don't know. Of course, it's a Dana White running UFC style slap contest where you slap each other silly. So the fact that they're sponsoring a car, the main sponsor on a car, is hilarious to me. I love it.
It's a funny concept. The paint scheme itself doesn't do anything for me, especially with an actual picture of a dude on the side of the car. It's kind of weird. Yeah, he's staring into my soul right now. I'd like to change to the next car, please.
Okay, we can do that.
The GOAT.
The greatest of all time to do this in the driver's seat of a NASCAR. He's rocking the 84. He couldn't have 48, obviously, and the car is phenomenal. I love the car. I love the driver. The dude's got the salt and pepper shaker beard and hair. Man, I like it. I
You
love
need
it.
a minute? Do you need a
I do.
minute by yourself?
I need a minute. It's gonna be.
This car is a 10 out of 10. And it's not just because of Jimmy being in the car. The dark blue, the light blues, and the black and gold. I never thought those color combinations would go together, but it obviously does. I don't have any words for this car because I'm speechless about it. And with Jimmy coming back, I can't understate how great this is for the sport.
Oh yeah, great driver, great person. He comes back. Oh, I hope. I have very high hopes for this weekend for him, and I
I
hope
do
it.
too.
All right, now we got the 99 Daniel Suarez Tootsie car. I just feel like it's driving us all the way to the club. Which kind of club? I'll let you decide.
I really like it. It's the colors work great. The light purples, the dark purples, and of course the black. I think it's a good, attractive looking paint scheme that's going to get some good looks on the track. So
Oh yeah,
um,
especially when the
it's
lights pick it up. It's yeah.
yeah, and Trackhouse always has great looking paint schemes. So I give
They're
it a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. The way they play with chrome and a lot of their stuff, I just love how they do it. They put lines and stuff through it. Obviously, you got the 99 with the line coming across from the top. I, I just love what they do.
Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up all the Daytona 500 paint schemes. A lot of them were great. There were some bad ones in there. Some of them that made me want to run to the bathroom. I enjoyed it overall. I think it's going to be a really good race this weekend. I hope y'all catch it with us. But Andy, what you got?
A lot of good looking paint schemes. I can't wait for the 500 this weekend. Everybody that's watched this video, comment below which paint schemes you like the best, which ones you didn't like. Like this video, subscribe, share it, everything. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys, and until next time, see you.